For Don Johnson, one relationship stands out, not because it lasted, but because it didn't. Despite building a family and a life far from old headlines, there's a connection from his past he still regrets losing. Born in Flat Creek, Missouri, to teenage parents, Johnson's childhood was full of contradictions. On the surface, it seemed idyllic, but beneath it was struggle, absent parents, abuse, and a deep sense of abandonment. His family moved to Wichita, Kansas, where his father worked at Boeing and his mother as a beautician. But life was still hard, crowded, and emotionally heavy. At 11, his parents divorced, and Johnson's behavior landed him in juvenile court. Sent to live with his father, he discovered structure, connection, and responsibility. After high school, Johnson pursued acting, briefly at the University of Kansas, then at the American Conservatory Theater in San Francisco. By 1970, he landed his first film, The Magic Garden of Stanley's Sweetheart, a small triumph that hinted at bigger things ahead. Hollywood wasn't easy. He worked steadily in films like Zachariah and The Herod Experiment without a breakout role. Yet, it was during The Herod Experiment that he met Melanie Griffith, a meeting that would profoundly change his life. Johnson was 22. Griffith was just 14. Even in the freewheeling world of 1970s Hollywood, the age gap raised eyebrows. Yet the connection between them was undeniable, and it ignited fast. Their first real encounter happened in a stairwell at the Anheuser-Busch estate during filming. What started as casual conversation left a lasting impression. Griffith later described being struck by Johnson, seeing him as the most beautiful person she had ever met. Even her mother, Tippi Hedren, noticed something unusual in her daughter's behavior. Johnson, for his part, was captivated by Griffith's sharpness and maturity. He hesitated at first, questioning whether pursuing her was right. That hesitation didn't last. Soon, he found himself picking her up from high school, a surreal experience he never forgot. At 15, Griffith was expelled from Catholic school and moved in with Johnson. Their relationship was volatile. They split in 1975, reunited a year later, and impulsively married in Las Vegas. The passion burned out quickly. Griffith later admitted it was desperation, and Johnson acknowledged rushing into it. Meanwhile, Johnson's career gained traction. In 1975, he starred in A Boy and His Dog, earning a Saturn Award in 1976 alongside James Caan. The challenging role, acting opposite a telepathic dog, required improvisation and brought sudden attention that threw him off balance. By the late 1970s, fame and personal chaos fueled alcohol and drug dependence. Partying turned reckless, extreme, and unsustainable. Between 1976 and 1980, Johnson drifted through relationships with Lynn Whitfield, Tanya Tucker, and Sally Sheridan. Everything changed in 1981 when he met Patty D'Arbanville at Andy Warhol's studio. Their connection ignited later in Los Angeles, and she soon moved in. Variety didn't solve everything. Johnson's career was stagnant. Auditions passed without result, and casting directors saw him as a fallback option rather than a leading man. By the early 1980s, his 1976 acting award felt like a distant memory. In 1984, everything changed when Johnson landed the role of Sonny Crockett on Miami Vice. Ironically, he almost said no. He was sail fishing in Florida, but flying to Los Angeles saved his career. NBC knew him from past flops, and that familiarity worked in his favor. The show didn't just make him a star, it turned him into a cultural icon. Johnson helped shape Crockett's style. Stubble, pastel t-shirts, rolled-up blazers, and sockless loafers. Men everywhere copied the look, and his fame exploded. Critics praised his effortless confidence, but he didn't rest on success, training obsessively and living impulsively off-screen. At the height of Miami Vice, he also explored music, releasing his solo album Heartbeat in 1986 and performing a song on the show. His love life remained turbulent. In 1987, he met Barbra Streisand, and within a month, they went public. But history repeated itself when he reconnected with Melanie Griffith while helping her through rehab. Once her marriage ended, they reunited, and his relationship with Streisand faded within a year. By early 1989, Johnson and Griffith married again in a small, intimate ceremony. Both sober and grounded, They focused on family, splitting time between Miami and Don's Aspen Ranch. Just before the wedding, Melanie announced she was pregnant. Their daughter, Dakota Johnson, was born on October 4, 1989, a reward after years of care. Professionally, Johnson stepped away from Miami Vice, knowing the role had drained him. He indulged in luxury and excess, but couldn't fill the emptiness. Sobriety was imperfect, yet his professionalism never wavered. He continued working steadily, starring alongside Melanie in Paradise, 1991, and Born Yesterday, 1993. For a while, it seemed they had found balance, but cracks slowly returned. By 1994, the strain was undeniable. Johnson entered rehab again for alcohol and prescription drugs. Griffith publicly admitted her own relapse while rumors swirled about infidelity. Divorce speculation became reality. Melanie filed in 1994 and the marriage officially ended in 1996. She later described the split as painful but natural. They were growing apart, not enemies. Even so, their bond remained through their daughter, Dakota. In 1999, Johnson met Kelly Flager, a schoolteacher outside the Hollywood world. Their April wedding marked a reset. He walked away from excess, embraced sobriety, and focused fully on family. With Kelly, he had 3 children and built a life grounded in stability, presence, and intention. Fatherhood, not fame, became his most important role. Watching Dakota succeed on her own terms filled him with pride. Despite moving on, Johnson has never lost affection for Melanie. Reports suggest they've grown close again, not romantically, but through family and shared history. They spend time together at Dakota's home in Malibu and remain connected through Melanie's mother, Tippi Hedren. Johnson has also supported Melanie through serious health challenges, including multiple skin cancer surgeries and a decades-long struggle with epilepsy. Today, Melanie is navigating life independently, with Johnson continuing to stand firmly by her side. Sources say he even supports her dating life, if she chooses. After years of passion, chaos, heartbreak, and reconciliation, Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith have reached a place of peace. No drama, no expectations, just mutual respect, family, and lifelong friendship. If you loved learning about the iconic stars of old Hollywood, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes stories, trivia, and all things vintage glam. Join the conversation in the comments below. Who's your favorite old Hollywood celebrity and why? Make sure to ring the bell so you never miss a new video on the golden era of cinema.